the sensational discovery of Myxomycetes. Berlin, in the year 1587. At the court of the Elector, the famous natural philosopher and adventurer Leonhard Turnayser is at work. Once an alchemist searching for gold and emeralds, he eventually turned to medical botany and began studying plants and fungi. One day, Turnayser found in a forest near Berlin an organism unknown to science. Today we know it as Lycogala. It was the first scientifically documented representative of the most mysterious forest creatures, the Myxomycetes. Turnayser decided to write a book about all the organisms he had studied. He commissioned the artist Peter Holzmeier to produce more than 1,300 engravings. One of them depicted Lycogala, the first illustration in history of an organism that was neither a plant, nor an animal, nor a fungus. But the book was never published. After a divorce, the alchemist lost his property and was forced to flee Berlin. He never returned home. 8 years passed. The post of court physician in Berlin was now occupied by Thomas Pankow. His friend, the councillor Martin Seidel, told Pankow that he had seen a whole pile of wooden boards stored in an attic of a monastery. These were the illustrations once prepared for Turnayser's unpublished book. Pankow was astonished by both the quality and quantity of engravings. And so he undertook to publish a book containing all 1,300 illustrations. In the year 1654, the book Portable Herbarium finally appeared in print. In its preface, Pankow honestly credited both the alchemist and the artist who had created this treasure. However, the descriptive text Pankow wrote himself. Among the descriptions was the first written account of a Myxomycete, though Pankow still did not recognize that he was dealing with something exceptional. The mysterious creature appeared again in the year 1665. The famous inventor of the microscope, Robert Hooke, depicted in his book Micrographia what he called blue mold, which in reality was a Myxomycete, likely Physarum album. Yet this observation also passed unnoticed, as the organism was once again mistaken for a fungus. Another 50 years passed. Now the subject was taken up by the eminent Italian mycologist Pier Antonio Micheli, best known for discovering fungal spores. Micheli was the first to recognize the diversity of Myxomycetes. He described about 10 species and gave them Latin names. Lycogala also received its scientific name from him. The work was continued by famous Carl Linnaeus. He incorporated Myxomycetes into the system of living organisms, but still regarded them as ordinary fungi. Elias Magnus Fries disagreed with Linnaeus. He showed that the fruiting bodies of the Myxomycetes do not arise from fungal mycelium, but from a strange custard-like mass, the plasmodium. For this reason, Fries assigned the Myxomycetes to a separate suborder. Scientists gradually began to pay attention to these peculiar organisms and to describe them. By the middle of the 19th century, the number of known Myxomycetes approached 100, yet they still attracted little notice. Everything changed with Anton de Bary. In his laboratory in Freiburg, he attempted to germinate Myxomycetes spores. To his astonishment, amoebae crawled out of the spores, unicellular organisms similar to ordinary freshwater amoeba. It now became clear that the plasmodium described by Fries was in fact an amoeba grown to enormous size. The world has never seen such amoeba. Thus, the life cycle of Myxomycetes was uncovered. Spores emerge from fruiting bodies. Amoeba emerge from the spores. The amoeba fuse in pairs and grow until they form a giant plasmodium. The plasmodium later transforms into fruiting bodies, bearing new spores. The final confirmation came from DNA research conducted in the 21st century. Mutations in DNA are fixed in lineages, so all descendants of a mutant carry a molecular marker of shared ancestry. This allows scientists to determine relationship and to reconstruct evolutionary trees. In this way, we finally learned that the Myxomycetes are the closest relatives of true amoebae and are neither plants nor fungi nor animals. They are the largest and the most conspicuous terrestrial organisms that belong to none of the classical kingdoms of life. Follow me on YouTube for more about Myxomycetes.